Okay, so here's my sled. I've owned this for a couple of years and finally decided to get down to the modification of it, which is what the original intention when I bought it. So, ready to start. I've completely gutted it out. It's ready to start the build. So for my first trial, I'm going to try and stick with the transmission that was stock in the sled. And up near the top, the last gear that was in there it's a 32 pitch, and it drops down to, I'm not sure what that is. It's a pretty fine tooth, and they don't look like they would last very long. So I rummaged through my spare gears and stuff that I have collected, and I found a couple of these 32 pitch 23 tooth gears. So I went ahead and I made a bracket to hold the new gear in, figuring if I stick with the 32 pitch, it'll be a little beefier and might not strip out as easily. So as you can see, I made this bracket, bolted it on. I just used aluminum to act like washers to give more surface and make it stronger on the back side, and keep it thin so it doesn't take up too much room. So with that in mind, the main drive gear is pretty beefy compared to the 32 pitch. Would have been nice to carry that all the way through the transmission, but I didn't have any luck there. So got rid of this, replaced it with that. Had to put a couple of little washers in there just to bring it up so that the teeth would mesh properly on the new gear. And then I had to go ahead and modify a motor mount, which I did. All custom handmade. I know it looks kind of crappy, but it'll do the trick. It's bolted on in the same manner, so to give it that little extra strength on the plastic, keep it all one solid piece. Now there's the original motor that was in there. It's a 28 millimeter can, smaller than a 380 by quite a bit. A 380 is out around here somewhere in length. So I'm going to beef mine up with probably a 540, maybe even go up to, I have a spare Titan 550 motor, which I think will do a lot better, give the machine a lot more power. When I initially tried the machine out, it was very gutless, a little tiny lump in the snow, and it would stop or bog down and just had no power whatsoever. Okay, so here's the assembled transmission with the 540 motor. You can see it's quite a big difference compared to what was on there. And the gears all mesh up fine. So we'll see. I hope this has enough low-end torque to give her some good power. Not looking to break any speed records. I just want it to perform a lot better than it did, which honestly wouldn't take much to outperform that thing. It was so gutless. There we go. Transmission's bolted in. Got good clearance all around. So we shall see how it goes. So far so good. Doesn't look like much, but it took me a long time to build this transmission. It was a lot of putting it together, taking it back apart and custom fitting pieces, and it's been almost a nightmare.